Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about functions tables, and we're going to first see how they relate to what we already know about function machines. So let's go ahead and get started. So last week we talked about how we have a function machine here. We talked about how when we have a certain input, it goes in the machine applies a rule to it, and then it has an output. So let's go ahead and do an example of this. Okay, so for this function machine, let's see if we can figure out what the rule is. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in input, and my input's going to be 1. And for my output, we're going to get a 5. Okay, let's try it again. We'll do an input of 3. We'll put it in our function machine. And our output's going to be 11. Wonder what the rule is. Okay, let me put in a couple more. We get an output of 14. And one more. We get an output of 23. Okay, so some of you might be able, just based on this, to figure out what the function is. But in case you cannot, the function is times 3 plus 2. Okay, that's our rule. Okay, that's our rule. So you can see that for 1, we multiply it times 3, we get 3, and then we add 2 to get 5. 3 times 3, 9, plus 2, 11. 4 times 3, 12, plus 2 is 14. All right, so that's what we've learned so far. We have an input, we have an output, and we have a rule that we follow. Let's go ahead and take a look at the functions table now. All right, so in our functions table, we'll notice that we have a row here, and we'll notice that there's an X value, and then there's some numbers beside of it. And then down here, we notice that we have what looks like an algebraic expression, and we have some empty boxes. This is our functions table. Now, here's how the functions table works. Down here, this expression is our rule. This is our rule that we're going to follow. And our inputs are all up here in purple. Okay, the X is here to just remind us that this is the value that we are putting in for our input. Okay, so in terms of what we already saw, this is sort of like the input, and this is the output. This is the rule. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can apply this and solve for our table here. Okay, so we know our rule is 2x minus 1. We're going to take our input here, and I'm going to go ahead and rewrite our rule. But you notice that I put in our input in the algebraic expression. So I have 2, not x, we put in 1 for that. 2, 1 minus 1. We solve for that, we're going to get 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So my output for this box is a 1. Okay, let's do it for our 3. Again, we're going to follow the rules 2x minus 1. And we're going to do 2, put in our input, 3 this time, minus 1. Okay, we do our multiplication first. 2 times 3 is 6. And we bring down our 1, minus 1. And we're going to get a value of 5, an output of 5. Okay, so far we have a 1 and we have a 5. All right, and let's see for our 8. Again, we're going to rewrite our rule. 2 times 8 this time, minus 1. 2 times 8 is 16. Take away 1. We're going to get 15. Okay, so now here we have our inputs, and these are the outputs that we get. 1, 5, and 15. Okay, so hopefully this explained how you can make the connection between our function machines and function tables. Ciao.